Hey, Victor. Good to have you here. Okay, we are just about ready to get started. Oh, let's see. Are we live? I think we're live. Wait, okay. Yeah, we're live. All right. Yes, we are ready to get started. And today we're going to be doing sort of a repeat of Monday's broadcast because it accidentally got deleted. The recording did. um, I'll say allegedly. I don't remember doing it, but clearly I guess I did. All right. Victor?
Victor's the only one here.
Well, I don't know. Victor, let me know if you can you see everything okay and can you hear okay? I just want to make sure before I get too far into things that I'm good because I'm still, trying to figure things out. Yes, you're there. Okay, that tells me you can see me or hear me at least. Okay, then I'm going to get started. I'm going to get started just for you, Victor. Okay, and we have had storms here. We had storms all day yesterday, Victor, so I didn't get to the post office. Excuse me. But I will check on that later today and let you know what I find out. All right, we're going to once again be making these little tiny paper beads. And I made several just the other day. And to do this, you are going to need, I'm making these with a specific project in mind, which I will show you at the end because I've already kind of started working that out. But let's start with the beads. You are going to need some dictionary pages, some watercolors or spray inks, anything kind of really watery based color. You're going to need some 1/4 inch eyelets. I believe these are called 1/4 inch. They are just the little standard craft eyelets. They're the ones that if you use your standard hole punch, these are just a little bit too small for that. So that size. Sorry. You're going to need some paper glue, which is going to be something like, uh-oh, my camera's crooked, Jason. Are we okay still?
Fine.
We're okay. You're going to need paper glue, PVA, white glue, Elmer's, something basic like that. I'm going to use Elmer's Craft Bond gel. It's a clear gel. I really like this for making paper beads because it's just not quite as sticky and goopy as white glue. It doesn't seem to muck up your hands quite as badly. You need a paper trimmer, just something to cut your little strips with, and a number 3 knitting needle or something of an equivalent size. And I chose this because it is just the right size to make a bead so that my little eyelets will fit in the ends of the bead. I'll show you how to do that. So let's get started. I've got allergies happening today. Sorry.
Beverly Stout is here.
Hi, Beverly. I'm so glad you made it. Okay, I'm using this little bitty dictionary, vintage dictionaries. It has these lovely aged pages. And I've just pulled out several pages. There is a reason I'm using it this size. I need a small book because I want small strips to make small beads. Regular size paper makes longer strips, which is going to give me a fatter bead, which there's nothing wrong with at all. But this is how big I want my beads, and this paper will give me that size. So I pull some sheets out like so, and then what you want to do, I like to cut off the blank space, some of the blank space, because I don't want blank areas in my beads. I want them all to have text on them. So I can cut off these sides like this, and you can save these little scraps if you're short on scraps and need them. I don't at this point in my life, but there is that option. Scraps, and this top part. You really don't need to cut off the bottom one. I leave it because it's going to be the start of the bead and will be on the inside. So this is perfectly fine. Next thing you want to do, you want to put some color on your papers. So I'm using some spray inks. This is a homemade spray ink that gave up on spraying. I have to clean its little nozzle. I said that last time and I still haven't cleaned it. Okay. So just a few drops. This was made from an old dye ink pad and water. So it's good. I'm gonna water that down a little bit. And then you're just gonna put the bottom edge of your pages in the color like so. That's the only part that's going to show. The rest of it's going to be rolled up in your bead. So you don't have to color your whole page. Just that last little end. I'll have some more. Yeah, here's some more. And you see I'm really concerned about careful placement, right? Mm-hmm. All right. And now let's use one more color. I'm just going to use two. Two's enough. A little bit. This is a smooch spritz spray stuff, which is very concentrated. So I just add a little bit of it to my pages. Oops. And there we have it. Okay. From this point, you want to just let these dry or dry them with your heat gun. Pop them in your oven, whatever floats your boat. You can stack them to dry. Watercolors normally don't stick together too bad when you stack them. So set those aside to dry, and then you have something like this.
Why are you looking
Cool,
at me?
right? Because you're quiet. Why are you quiet?
There's nothing going on. It's just
It's just me and Victor and Beverly, huh?
there's 4 people here.
Well, you have failed to tell me.
I don't know who the other 2 are.
Oh, okay. You're going to watch me hurt my husband right here live. All right. So once they're dry, you want to cut your strips. Take your little paper trimmer or your scissors if you're just Superwoman and can cut, a skinny strip with scissors. I can't. Line them up. And you want to cut 1/4 inch strips. And on my cutter, I happen to know that that little notch right there is 1/4 inch. So I'm going to cut. I usually throw this first one away because I'm not real sure I got everything stacked up evenly. But I know this is a straight edge, and now I know this is a straight edge, so I'm good to go. And you're going to want several. Just keep cutting. I usually cut till the paper gets to where I can't really hold it still anymore, and then I throw the excess into my scrap bin because it's pretty painted paper. Okay, cut you some strips. Now you're going to want to just snip the painted corners It doesn't have to be perfect. I usually stack several of them together as best I can. And you're just going to start about an inch from the end and give it a little diagonal snip, just like that. And the reason for that is so that when you roll your bead up, that little diagonal part lets some of the previous layers show through, so you get a little bit more variation. So snip your little ends until you have a stack to work with, which I just happen to have right here. Now you're going to take your little knitting needle or your skewer or your dowel or your chopstick or whatever you can find that is going to be the right size for you. Get the glue ready. All right. Now, I take a strip. I decide which side I want to be the front. I like this side better. So that's going to face up. And then I'm going to start rolling. You can, if you have a roller tool, some kind of bead tool, you can use it. I have a tool that I was gifted. Lou Jean Martin gifted me an awesome beading tool, which I use on occasion. But the little mandrels on it are not the right size. I mean, I wanted this to be the exact size to fit those eyelets. So I'm using this needle, which happens to be the right size. And you just roll it, hold on to it, don't let go, and then, you know, I kind of squeeze it a little bit as I go just to make sure it stays even. Then you're going to put a little bit too much glue on the end, and I do that because I want the glue to be spread around the whole bead. Kind of helps to just seal up the bead. Just like that. There's your bead. Now, after that dries, you can put your eyelets on. You can use bead cores. You can buy bead cores that are made specifically for this, like if you're making those Pandora beads. But you know what? Eyelets look just like a bead core to me. And they're probably a lot cheaper, so this is what I'm using. And here's what I do. I put just a little drop of glue on one end, or completely miss the hole. Just put a little bit in that end, and then a little bit in that end. And then I grab an eyelet with my skewer, which is kind of gluey, so they stick to it, which actually is helpful because it picks them up for me. They're too tiny to handle with hands. And then poke it in.
What?
And then Jayson needs a keeper today, I'm pretty sure.
We have 6 people watching now.
We have 6, yay! And poke it in. Well, I didn't make any kind of announcement that we were having a live show, because every time I do that, it's like the kiss of death. Something happens and it gets deleted, or, you know, the quality's bad. So yeah, I gave up on that. And then I give another little squirt, and this just kind of helps hold the bead in place. Probably after all these beads are dry, I'll go in and just put a little dab of varnish on them, just to make them a little bit sturdier, which will also help to hold the eyelets in place, so I'm not real worried about gluing the eyelet in perfectly. There we have it. So after you make about 1 million of those, then you can make a project, and I will show you. Okay, here's where those people who didn't come back today because they were one of the fortunate few who saw the, you know, rare lost footage from Monday's live broadcast, they're going to miss out because they won't get to see this. You will. This is why I'm making these beads. I wanted a, you know, a eyeglasses holder, you know, like old ladies wear around their necks, and they hold their little reading glasses. Well, I don't need it for reading glasses. I need it for my sunglasses, because I wear glasses all the time, But when I'm out and about, I have prescription sunglasses, and I'm constantly pulling off my regular glasses, putting them in the case, putting on my sunglasses. Then when I get in the store, I have to switch them out again. It's a pain, right? So I wanted some kind of little holder thing that I could wear just, when I'm out and wearing my sunglasses, with two ends on it, so that this will have my glasses and this will have my sunglasses, so that I can switch them out easily, right? So I thought, here's what I need to do. See, this part will go around the back of my neck. This will hang down one side. Of course, it needs to be much longer. This is just like my prototype. You know how I'm big on making prototypes just to see if it's going to work. I think it's going to work. So
for Annie Bella, she loves these lunchtime live streams.
Oh, thank you, Ultra Annie Bella. Then we will continue making them just for you. How's that? Oh, okay. I'm really glad to hear that. That helps me a lot. Ooh, a hair I'm shedding. Gross. We'll edit that out later. Okay. So that's my plan for this. And I found some of these black beads. I'm redoing my whole bead organization thing. I'll show you that later. I don't have enough of these black beads to finish out the whole thing. So I'm going to have to mix it up with some other beads. But this is the concept. This is what I'm doing. This is why I'm doing it, so that I can put this around my neck and have my prescription sunglasses and my eyeglasses attached to my person, so I don't have to keep switching them out in the case all the time. So yeah, hopefully this will work. And then hey, maybe I'll do a nostril cam and wear it while I'm out, so that you can get a demonstration of seeing it work and seeing it fall apart in Target with beads bouncing down the aisle, because that would be about right for me. Okay. Boy, this was a lot quicker the second time, wasn't it? What time is it?
Well, nobody's asking questions, so.
Well, they've seen it. They've been there, done that. This is just for the recording purposes, so that hopefully I can
And you've got
not delete the recording. What have I got? 25 minutes left?
It's 12:19.
Oh, 10 more minutes. Okay.
Filler time. Filler.
Filler. I didn't plan a filler. I'll roll more beads while y'all think up questions to ask or comments. Or we can just end it early. I'm perfectly fine with that. But I don't want to bug out too soon if you have anything.
Beverly wants to know what you're going to use to attach the glasses.
Oh, I bought a couple of really cheap, actual, those black cord things you put around your neck for your sunglasses. And they have little rubber doodillies that fit around the earpieces on your glasses. You know what I'm talking about. If you wear glasses, you know what I'm talking about. I bought a couple of those cheap, like $1, $1.99. And I'm just going to use those little rubber ends, attach them here. And originally I had thought I would just decorate the cord that came with those, because it has a black cord. I thought, I'll just string some beads on there. It is so thick, and the little attachment thing at the bottom is so thick, there's no way to take them apart. It would have to be huge beads, and it would look ridiculous, because, yeah, I didn't want anything that significant. I'm not looking to make a jewelry statement. This is, first and foremost, functional. Second comes the pretty part. So that is my plan for holding the glasses. Now, is that actually going to work? I have no idea, but we're going to find out. And I'm having fun finding out, so, it'll work. And I was watching videos this morning, looking through my subscription feed, and there's one channel that I subscribe to. She has one subscriber, and it's me. And that's really a crying shame, because the girl's got skills and great ideas. And she has a project that she's started working on that I am just, like, it spoke to my soul, that kind of thing. I think I'm going to save it for the January Inspiration Conspiracy Hop, because I need some time to kind of work out some details. But I think it's going to be really cool. It's an art, or not an art journal, a junk journal type thing, and which I'm very excited about. So I'm going to be at least mentally obsessing over that for a while. What's everybody else working on? Anybody have like a project in progress or anything fun like that that I need to know about? Pocket letters or deconstructed art journal pages or nano excuse me, nano Juma, I don't even know how you're supposed to pronounce that. I did the actual NaNoWriMo several years ago. I've done it a couple of times. I've miserably failed both times because, you know, that's a heck of a lot of words to write in 30 days. But it was fun. But I really rarely participate in the other things like the, you know, a journal page every day of the month, or the iCAD deal, which, you know, they have the schedule that they do. I think that's in the summer.
Ultra Annie Bella says she's organizing her space.
Oh, girl, come sit by me. Okay, I'm almost done. I mean, for all intents and purposes, I am done. I was gonna just kind of hold off on my beads. You know, I talked about how they're just kind of, I don't have any solution for them at the time. Well, I unexpectedly got a solution for them thanks to Vicki Brown. She solved my problem. And last night I worked on finishing that up. So all I have to do is clean up my mess, film the last of my room tour videos, and that's probably all of the major organizational changes I'm going to make for a while. But it's ongoing. Do you find that? It's kind of ongoing. Because things, you know, you arrange stuff and you think, oh, I finally have the perfect system. And then it works great for like 3 months and then you hate it.
Victor said, today I finished my dreams, tomorrow the show.
Today you finish your dreams, tomorrow the show. Oh, is that a journal? Okay, you finished your dream journal and you're going to show it tomorrow. Is that right? Sometimes I'm getting pretty good at speaking Victor. Of course, your English is getting so good now, I can't hardly tease you anymore. All right. Well, if there is nothing else that y'all have, nothing profound you need to tell me, I have nothing profound to say, that's for sure. I think we will just wrap this up. And I will do my very best to not delete this broadcast this time, although I swear I didn't do it last time. Why would I do that? I have no memory of doing it, clearly, or I wouldn't have done it, but it says video has been deleted, you know, user deleted, whatever. So I deleted it. And there's no recovering that type of thing. So that's okay. I'm over it. We did the redo, and hopefully I can...
Victor has a new idea also tomorrow in the video, owls.
Oh, okay. I'm with you now, Victor. Owls. You're going to video tomorrow for your new idea and something to do with owls. That is exciting. I'll have to try to tune in for that. I don't have a lot of time to watch as many videos as I used to. Have y'all noticed? I know. I'm trying. I'm doing the best I can. But, oh my goodness.
4 minutes.
I don't have a lot of time. Did you hear Jayson say under his breath 4 minutes as if y'all were not going to hear? That's funny.
Your viewership is dropping drastically. You're down to 3.
It wouldn't be the first time. All right. Well, I'm going to, okay, I'll conclude it. Thank y'all very, very much for taking the time to spend this lunch hour with me and Jayson. I have enjoyed it. We'll do it again sometime. I don't know if it'll be a regular thing. We'll just, you know, play it by ear, but we'll see what happens. So that's all I have, y'all, for now. The end.